Hey everyone, welcome back to the train room. And I was trying to mess with these lights, and I'm a mess. Just got off of work not too long ago, so here I am. Just pretty much hair's a mess and everything, but I'm glad to be live, guys, with you all. It's also been a really stressful week. Lots of stuff going on in the train room, and also a lot of stuff going around or going on in my life right now. So bear with me here. So I was trying to get these lights paired. These smart lights, these hue lights are just becoming a huge pain. This one keeps on disconnecting. The one behind the computer and all that in the hallway seems to always be connected, but for some reason this one does not want to connect at all anymore. So we're gonna have to roll with it, right? Got lots of comments in here, guys. So let me go to the top here. Mr. Shade saying hello. Rail Chief, how's it going? Twisted, what's up? Uncle Salty's in here as well. Oh, just got a notification that we're live on YouTube. That's awesome. Radar, also Dathan Pool, what's up? Uncle Salty, got a couple other notifications coming through. It's a very busy news week as well. Corey, also Life with Roscoe. Here we go. Just going through all the comments, guys. We had another Brian in here too. On Peck, Trainman 1993, and Scott DK. What up, guys? So I do apologize. I'm all disheveled here, disheveled, whatever, unkept. But it is what it is. I'm glad to be here for the live stream. Get some light here, lighten up my screen. So, guys, there's gonna be a lot of things happening up here in the train room. So, I've been contemplating this decision for a couple months now, and I'm kind of, man, you guys are gonna be heartbroken at this. I'm contemplating the idea of tearing out this railroad and starting all over again. Now, my thought behind it is actually going to be really cool. Um, a lot of you guys have been asking me if I ever wanted to redo this layout. I've always been kind of against it because this layout was like the perfect fit for this room. But I'd like to do more with modeling on the modeling side of things, the more realistic side of things as well. So I've been contemplating on tearing up this railroad and doing something completely different. Now, a couple of things with that. So, you know, it comes down to, of course, building a new railroad comes down to money and time. So right now, I'm working more at work. So yeah, I do have a little bit more to go around to build a new railroad, but it also comes down to time. Summer is extremely busy. So I don't think we're going to redo this layout anytime soon. Um, like immediately, it's not like a priority right now. I've got so much going on right now, guys. So my plan is to maybe look into the late fall into winter on redoing the layout, maybe like around York time or so. But we shall see. But my initial plan for this bench work is to keep it very similar, like keep the oval here. Really like the shape of this railroad. It fits in the room quite well, but there's a lot of things I'd like to do for a future railroad. So bear with me here, guys. So let's get into some comments here. People are mentioning Kutztown train show. I totally missed it. I was dealing with car issues like in Pennsylvania. For anyone who's not from Pennsylvania, I know a lot of you guys are or about Pennsylvania. You have to get your car inspected every year. On top of that, you also have to get your registration done every 1 or 2 years or whatever. So what I I was driving a Patriot, a Jeep Patriot, and it needed so much work, and the car was only worth approximately like $2,000 in perfect condition. So it's either I put all this money into a car that's dying or I get a new car. So I ended up doing a car swap with a family member. So that had to be done Saturday. So I could not go to Kutztown. My old the old Patriot guys served me pretty well, got me to work a lot, and she had got 204,000 miles on her, so it was just time for her to be retired, taken out the pasture. So yeah, we have a newer vehicle. I will not disclose what the newer vehicle is. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But the old vehicle was this Patriot that I was driving around, and for an entry level Jeep, she actually did pretty well. Um, off-road, did great in the snow, was fantastic. So really no huge complaints. I just did not feel like putting in the money that could be used for, towards a new car type of thing. And one of my family members reached out and said, "Hey, we'll help you out with that right now because the world's tough right now." And they're looking at getting a new vehicle. So I missed Kutztown, but I did get a new to me car, which is very awesome. I'm very excited for that. So, but yeah, lots of stuff going on, guys. Only there for about 2 hours. Had to leave early. Oh, geez. Doing good, working a lot. Like your Kiss shirt. Thank you so much. This is the what's this, Alive? Yeah. Woo! I like old Kiss. Like I'm talking like the original four, obviously, but I would say like what the late '70s when they got their look together. A lot of really good songs. Then into like the Eric Singer days are cool. I think they said he would have been like 70 years old a couple days ago. I know he passed away from cancer, I believe. But he was a really good drummer. He's on the out or the song "God Gave Rock and Roll" and a bunch of other stuff. He was the character. No, I had to hear in interviews and such. Seemed like a really cool dude. So yeah, so enough Kiss talk here. The modern Kiss is not the same, obviously, but it is what it is. Always redoing and improving. It will be fun to watch. Yeah, so okay, so here's the track plan I'm thinking of, guys. I know a lot of you are probably saying, I'm not getting out of the hobby. I'm not selling my stuff. I'm not going to do one of those videos. I got nothing really to part with. I pretty much streamlined my collection to what I haven't been running. I like when I sold a lot of my post-war Steam. I sold a lot of my NPC pieces that I just weren't interested in. But it doesn't mean it's not good stuff. It just was not for me. So I've been getting into more upgrades and scale stuff, along with like really old trains. I'm talking like pre-war. I love pre-war stuff, guys. So what I'm thinking about doing up here, and a lot of you have been asking me, and a lot of you can probably attest this in comments. A lot of you have been asking me, are you ever going to do an elevated loop? And I've always said, I can't do an elevated loop. There's no room, this, that, and the other. So I'm really, really thinking about doing a like a short line type of feel. Like right now I've got the double main line, but there's a huge, what we call it in the real railroad world, the 6 foot, which is your spacing between the end of pretty much the rail to rail in the center of both adjacent tracks. That's called your 6 foot. It's usually more than 6 feet. It's just an old term, but usually it's about 6 to 8 feet from adjacent rail to rail. So here, my 6 foot is huge. And that's how I'm able to put like the station signs in the middle that you guys like, the icing station behind us. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. So where these hoppers are, that's I call it 2-track, going all railroad official here, right? So this is my 2-track. This is my 1-track. And this is the 6 foot between tracks. Now in the real world, these rails are really, really close together. You can't stand in the 6 foot while trains are going by. You're going to get squashed. So, but we just call it the 6 foot. It is what it is. So, what I plan to do, and this has been eating at my soul for a couple months now. I need room to stage stuff, and I've always said this. I'd love a yard. Everyone wants a yard on their layout. So, what I'm thinking about doing is actually building a yard in here, and it won't be 2 tracks anymore. So it'll be a single track with a yard, and then it's going to be about. I'm trying to do at least 3 or 4 track yard or so. So what's going to happen is that this track here, this 2-track will be gone. The 1-track will stay. I'm going to leave it 072, but I need to move it over because this point of the wall right here, I'll show you guys. That corner right here next to the water tower, this is the bane of my existence. That right there, I can't destroy it. I can't tear it down. Can't drill a hole through it. It's part of the structure of the house. That's actually one of the beams that go. It's load bearing beam that goes all the way through the floor to the joist. So I can't do that. It's not going to happen. So what I would like to do is move the 072 away from that, and I can do that because when we have these straightaways in the back where it turns, so this is my 072. It goes around, whoops, 072, and then right here where the American flag is, right there, there's a straight section, and I can actually take that out and move the 072 in away from the wall. That would be taking out this siding here. So just giving you guys a visual on that. Now, the other thing too, what I'll end up doing is I'm going to change my track. What do you call it? The track brand as well. Track type is going to be all Gargraves track. And the reason why Gargraves, guys, is so I can mend and bend the track to what I want it to, so I don't have to bend those to size. I bought a pack of those already, but the straightaways will all be flex track. It's everything's going to be hand thrown switches, no automatics, so everything's going to have the little hand throw manual switches, which is fine. And then we're going to have, this is my idea. I've been contemplating this all day to even bring this up. But it's been, I need to bring like a work, a notebook to work, on our downtime, wherever, just make a drawing or something. What I'm going to do is actually make this 072 loop one track. It's going to loop around. And then what we're going to do is build the yard where, like in front where I'm sitting. And then behind it, it's going to be the car shop. So to the right, where my MTH shop is, the other toy store, that's going to be part of the engine shed. I've got the Strasbourg full-scale engine shed made by our friend over at Florida Railroad Dog. And then I'm going to have the car shop where similar to where it's at now. So it'll be like this huge yard staging area. And then behind me, I'm still going to keep like the station in its place right there. But what I've thought about doing is actually building a bridge or something around it or behind it to get the elevated track around it. So how this elevated track, I think, is going to work. This is going to be really crazy. I've always wanted to have bridges on a railroad. Bridges or some type of feature like a tunnel, a bridge over a river, or, over another track or something like that. I've always thought that was pretty exciting. So what I plan on doing is building the elevated section just high enough so my highest car can pass underneath, or like my burrow crane can pass underneath, something like that. And what we're going to do is actually build a berm that goes on the either on the outside or the inside of the yard, preferably on the outside of the yard. So what we'll do, we'll probably put it on the opposite side of where the yard tracks are. We're going to build a berm, and then once it crosses over the one track, well, what we're calling one track down here, it's going to go on top of a mountain scene, and then our one track down here will be in a tunnel porthole towards this curve. I'm going to bring a lot of the scenery up, things like that. A lot of the scenery may be tossed out, but I've always wanted to have some type of mountain or something like that. And then we'll build this berm just around the whole bottom portion of the one track, so our elevated section can ride on that. Then towards the station behind it, I was thinking about putting a bridge to go over the station, so I thought it was kind of cool. A lot of railroads would do that stuff back in the old days, like competing railroads would always build like something over top just to, stick it to them. So I think that was kind of cool to like get a bridge. You can go over top this back section here. Then when we go around this side, that elevated section would cross. Just to give you guys an idea of what I'm thinking. It would cross over here and come in towards this side and then go back over to the other berm. So we would have two tracks still. One would be a higher section, one would be a lower section. We're going to build a yard. And then also Because we're going to have a one track instead of a two-track system for the lower level, I plan on putting a passing siding in our station area. A lot of this is going to change. A lot of it's going to be moved around. We're going to put a passing siding in, so keep passenger cars there or some freight cars. Um, then on top of that, we're going to build a another siding towards the mill section. I might even raise up the mill section for the upper level and then move that back to these like corner eaves, like these eaves behind me. That might become the town. You might have to like look down it like a main street. I thought that'd be kind of cool to utilize those cubbies in the layout room. So it's a lot to do. I might have to add some extensions, possibly build an extension that comes out from here all the way over, like where the Frosty station or Frosty bar is. Build like a 1 or 2 foot extension out to build like a town, move the gas station around, things like that. So it's exciting, but there's going to be a lot to it. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to start on this now. I have to clean up this room a lot. I mean, there's box everywhere here, and I got to do a lot of organization and also away so things don't get damaged. But there is a lot to do with. I want more sidings and also more excitement on this railroad. So, and also the radius for the upper level, I'm thinking is going to be 054, possibly 48 if I can find it. But I'm thinking at least 54 to run passenger cars and stuff up top. So if you guys have any thoughts or anything, I got to do some research here on some other layouts and such to get inspired to do this. But as of right now, the layout's going to sit as is right now. But I did buy a lot of Gargraves track over the weekend. My friend's over at Iron Horse Trains in Hanover. He was selling a bunch of Gargrave stuff. I bought some switches. I bought enough switches to start the car shop facility. Also, my siding back here. I just didn't think about doing this yard setup until later today. So there's a lot to it, guys. So it's also Gargraves is expensive, but it will last a long, long time compared to like I'm not a huge fan of fast track. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's not for me. I've just had issues with like running older stuff on it, arcs it up like crazy. Also, I want a thinner profile track to build, so I don't have like that shoulder, like the plastic shoulder to deal with, things like that. So, but anyways, guys, we got lots of comments in here. Any thoughts, guys? Please write them in the comments. It's always fun changing up a layout. It's going to be a little stressful, but I think we can do it. And I think, honestly, out of the whole layout, the things that might have to go, the Railfan Park area might have to be scrapped. It's stuff like that. I got to think about where things are going to go. If I add an extension, like a 2-foot extension or 1-foot extension, I could then move my mill facility, which is like back. There we go. So I have these 2 mill buildings. That one's MTH. This guy, the taller one, that was a kit. I'm not sure who made that. I might be an MTH kit as well, or Atlas. It might be an Atlas kit. But I could move, because this section back here might be part of that mountain scene that I'm thinking about doing, or a bridge. So this might have to go. And then I can move this facility actually where the Railfan Park is, add an extension to a foot right there, build a really cool siding. Just our main line would go behind the mill facility instead of the rails would be behind the facility, and then I build a siding for a service for that facility. I could do a little bit more with scenery as well. So things like that, I got to consider. A lot of stuff to move around. I'm not getting rid of this stuff. Like, I'm not going to trash it, but it would also be cool to have like a mountain for the beacon to sit on. Also, maybe build like a small Railfan Park or something like that. So we'll see. PR Joe changed the switches to Ross, was having too much problems with Gargrave switches. Get the stainless. Ah, okay. Yeah, all these are going to be manual switches. So I think I'm not sure if they're Ross or not. They were in Gargraves boxes, but they don't look like the Gargraves switches that I've seen that have like the bottom to them. These look like all Ross switches. So I'm not sure. I'll have to take a look. They're all in my car still. Best for outside use. One of the viewers reached out to me on best track to use outside. I mentioned Atlas because it's solid rail. Um, yeah, I think that's the best thing for it right now for outside stuff. Got some other comments in here. Toy Exchange Mount Airy had some Gargraves Flex Track for 10. Oh, is that place still there? Can you elaborate on that? If that Flex Track's still there, I'd be very interested in it for sure. So let's see. Got some other comments. Dathan Pool out of work for a while. Could come up and help. Oh, okay. That'd be cool. You can help me destroy the layout if you want. Just let me know. I'll reach out to you. If I can get some help on destroying this thing, it's going to be a lot faster. Fan, how's it going? What is the space available up here? I have 8 by 12, and I'm willing to add these like leaflets, like add a 1 foot extension on each side to bring this in. I've wanted to do that for a while actually, but I haven't gone through with it. I've just been like, I kind of like having this open space here and not ducking under the shelves to reach stuff, and it's already a confined space as it is. Honestly, it comes down to I need a bigger train room, and this is the biggest room in the house to do it. So that's honestly what it comes down to. I've had other people come up here and ask if I would ever do a train that goes around the entire room, but with my desk, my uh, motive power shelf, there's just really no room up here. But it comes down to getting a new house, which is in the plans for sure. But right now, with everything in the world going on, and I'm not getting into that either. The world's crazy right now, but yeah, it's definitely in the plans. Probably, we'll see. We'll see what happens coming up. But I gotta wait for these interest rates to drop and such before we do that. Toy Exchange is a twin art shopping side wise. Vintage toys, right half of trains. What Mount Airy, Maryland? Is that it? Do an outbuilding. I wish I could. I don't have the space. Like my yard is literally like my yard's like 25 feet wide by like 50 long. So I don't really have a yard. But if I had an outbuilding, it's interesting because our neighbors next door have an outbuilding and everything. And at one point they were talking about, you know, possibly, their kids were saying like you're living by yourself, you shouldn't live here by yourself, and the house is too big and stuff. But the thing is, it's like most of it's like garage. I don't know if it's I don't think it's climate controlled or anything either, but it would be kind of cool. So, but I'm not sure if that house is going to go up soon or not. There's a lot of stuff going for sale around here. It's just selling really, really quick. But I can't afford a new house right now. That would just be a whole another headache there. Rent a garage. I wish. But no, it's all good. It's all good. If the toy exchange is in Mount Airy is not that far. I could definitely get some flex track. My buddy Troy is selling their flex track, I think for what, $13 a piece, something like that. It's all brand new, but I wouldn't mind checking out a new train shop either. Kind of cool. But anyways, guys, let's run some trains. It's almost oh god, it's almost 8:45 at night. 8:41. So our outer track guys actually bought these Pennsylvania Woodside cars off of trains. They're about 95% okay. One of the steps are broken off, of course. Nothing's ever perfect from them. So, but I got a heck of a deal for them. They were by the way these cars are selling now, these Woodside passenger cars, because of Lionel making theirs $200 a piece, the MTH ones have skyrocketed in the market. So I ended up buying these for like under like I think with shipping and everything it was like 290 for 3 cars without the boxes. I really don't care about the boxes for these because the boxes are huge. It's like a three car set and a giant box and everything. So I thought it was a good deal. I bought my 2 Strasbourg cars. Those were still very, very expensive. So we're going to be running those today with my 442 Atlantic. And then on the inner track, we're going to run a Western Maryland 280 with the cold drag that I've been working with for a while up here. So I thought it'd be convenient just to fire that up as well. No, I haven't messed with the K-Line milk car yet. Honestly, that would be something that goes on the new layout. So a lot of stuff I got to hold on to and sort through if I want to keep it or not. So we'll see. But anyways, guys, let's fire up these locomotives here. I'm not sure what. Let's see. What track is this? This is the inner track. All right. I heard the clickety clackety of the relays there. If you were an S, oh, I appreciate it. Are you getting a Vision Line G? No. I saw those guys. Oh my gosh. That Lionel catalog. They're crazy. They're out of their mind. They're out of their dang all mind. They want like $250 or $300 for the the RPO cars. That's crazy. I'll tell you guys this. All honesty here, and I love Lionel trains. I love them. I've got signs up here that say Lionel trains. Look, if I didn't like Lionel, I would not hang this in my train room back there. Lionel button, right there. Behind me, I've got the Lionel train sign. I love MTH too, but I don't have any signs up here. But if I hated Lionel, I would not have that sign right there. I also would not have my Lionel train coin bank that came out in like 2000 something. I also would not have the Lionel trains alarm clock. I also wouldn't have here. There you go. Let me turn you around. You guys have seen this clock hundreds of times up here. I would not have that Lionel sign or the clock. I would also not have this sign there, that sign there, that sign there, and that sign there if I hated Lionel trains. There you go. So obviously I like Lionel trains, a Lionel electric trains, if that. But I'm going to tell you guys, they are out of their mind for those prices of those items. Out of their mind. And I'm tired of hearing about, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, the tooling this. We have to make new this. We have to paint it this. I'm like, it's outrageous. It is what it is. It's outrageous. It's $1,600 for a GG1, and then Williams can crank out a GG1. I know it doesn't have command control, but you can buy a Williams GG1 full scale right now on eBay for like $300. The new Williams GG1s are actually plastic, but they are really, really nice pieces. You can buy, a lot of trains for $1,600. Like, for example, what's up here? I could buy, God, for the price I paid for the EM1, I could buy 3 full EM1s for the price of that GG1. I could buy pretty much most of my scenery up here and buildings for that price. My friend sold me this beautiful Mikado for $200 because he wanted it, out, and is also, a really good piece. It's stuff like that. Like, you have to look for. I just think that's so much money for what you're paying for, and if it blows up, it sucks. It really sucks. But I will say this: I bought 3 new Lionel pieces last year. 4. I bought the RPO Penn Central car the old like what do they call those things, like whatever, eight series RPO car. It's like they convert it to a baggage car for Penn Central. It was like over $100. I know that. I think it was close to $200. The doors don't even open on it. And then the trucks are like these facade trucks. It looks like an old Marks having like these facades. They're not full base trucks with springs. And it's like you're paying this much money for this. And there's so much stuff out there. And I encourage you guys, always do your research. You don't have to have the newest and flashiest thing. That's why I've been buying these beautiful older pieces and then throwing in a new board for a fraction of the price of the newest and greatest thing. And I'm having fun with it too. That's what it's all about. It's not, it's like turning it into um like a status symbol for the price of the stuff. And it's not about that. It's about having fun. Like I can't afford a $1,600 GG1. That's you know how much blood, sweat, and tears I have to do on the railroad to buy a $1,600 GG1. It's like it's crazy. Even it's like it's cool. I love it. They did a cool job. It looks like they're going to be pretty cool. But I'm just being honest with you guys. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Like I said, I love Lionel trains. Like I said, got tons of signage, tons of their trains everywhere up here. But it's just this is out of this world nuts. But it's just my little rant right there. I hopefully I didn't scare you guys away. I'm just being honest. Just the pricing of this stuff is just outrageous. I'm tired of hearing about how expensive this stuff is because I go to train shows all the time, and like I bought, like if you can go to a train show and buy this legacy system that I just picked up. This is just the box. It's already installed for $140 from a train show. You can find stuff cheaper than a $1,600 GG1. I know you got to look and find and wait, but there's so much cool stuff out there. I promise. There's a lot of cooler stuff out there. I love GG1s. I'm in the process of looking for a scale GG1 to upgrade. But with this month, with dealing with my car stuff and getting the wife fixed up in Pennsylvania, so all that stuff, like moving that stuff up here, it's expensive. It's like a nuisance fee, as I call it. So, I cannot afford to buy any more trains this month. And if I bought any more trains, I think, I get the doghouse. So, but no, it's like, I love this stuff, guys. It's all good. Sorry I set you off. No, I know it's a joke, but it's like, it's just, it's crazy. I was looking through the catalog again the other day, and there are some cool things in there. It's just I can't do it. I can't. I can't pay not what's it, $800 for like the Lion scale Lion Master Hudson. It's like, all right, cool. Oh man. So anyways, Don Peck, how is Chesse doing? She is doing so well, guys, and thank you all for the well wishes. I had a lot of emails this week, people reaching out about Chesse, lots of comments. So thank you guys so much for your prayers. She is still isolated from our other cat because our other cat is slightly aggressive. They also get into like the alpha battle that you guys have seen, I'm sure, with different animals. They are not like aggressive, but they get into it. They play hard, and scratching and all that happens with cats. But Chessie's cool. We took her to the vet Saturday. We did so much on Saturday. It was crazy. So she was checked out, and her this is gonna sound crazy. So I didn't see her stitches until Saturday. Nikki saw her stitches. We were checking up on them. They said check up on them every other day. When she went to the vet, I was first time seeing the Frankenstein stitching that she has. For a cat, I mean, she went through it, guys. I mean, they opened her it was a huge incision, and I didn't realize how big that incision was. So it kind of freaked me out because you got this little cat that pretty much like halfway through the torso down their stomach is like out. I was like, holy moly. But she's good. She's good. She's doing really well. She should be back around the house this time next week. We're gonna give her like 2 weeks in isolation away from our other cat. Let the stitches heal. Let all the glue, whatever they use in the science lab world, surgical world, to heal. Um, but she's doing great. We were really worried about there's something called sepsis. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. It's basically, when you have that type of surgery, it can infect the bloodstream and then your body just attacks itself. And animals, cats especially, are very susceptible to sepsis. And once a cat gets sepsis, it's pretty much game over. There's really nothing you can do. But she has been on, she actually has a shot. She was given a shot for a 2 week antibiotic. So I think that's helping. Also, the medical team where we took her in a card saying thank you for saving her life, because those guys, guys and girls, everyone over there did a fantastic job at the med vet. So, but anyways, guys, let's run some trains. But thank you for asking about Chesse. She's in really good hands. She's a little upset. She's isolated, but it is what it is. So, all right, guys, let's do some. Let's run some trains here. So, outer loop is already fired up here. Let's see. What's up, AV Savannah, and also Gray? How's it going? There we go, right there. Woohoo! So you guys have seen this locomotive before. Fire up here. Turn this smoke off. I have to fill it up with smoke fluid. It's a Western Maryland H9. And this engine is a beast. All right, give me a second here, guys. What smoke fluid are you using? That is the question of the evening. So we're going to be using, let's see what I can find here. Something new. All right, here we go. And then on our outer loop, we're going to be running a 442 Atlantic, number 460. Let me get her fired up too. This is actually the first time running these PRR woodsides as well. I never noticed that before, guys. That Western Maryland H9 said, "Here comes that extra." It has another Western Maryland engine passing it. That's amazing. All right. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Hey, Trey, man. See you later. Have a good one. Here we go. Sweet. Sorry, guys. We got some trains running here. Whoops. Sorry, guys. So, run for tonight. And due to work, I can't stay on like too terribly long to it, unfortunately. But I do have a video that's going to be out very soon. I'm actually doing the editing on that. And it's actually on the Mikado that I promised I would come out soon, but it's been forever since I was able to film something for that review. So that review should be coming out very soon. But man, those cars look awesome. And the back of the two Strasbourg cars from Lionel. Let's get you guys over to the station real quick. Unfortunately, I can't do a lot of angles here because I need to clean up the floor a little bit. At least get you guys over to the station. All right, guys, this room is getting really hazy. This is awesome. That Western Maryland engine's a great smoker as well. I actually turned off the Atlantic smoke, let her cool down for a little bit, and she was spewing out all kinds of smoke. Smoke if you got them. Oh, yeah. Especially if you're a steam engine. We're just going to add some more smoke fluid to our Western Maryland engine. I'm going to add some coffee smoke. So it's crazy. Those crossing signals are actually wired up in a block section. So I'll make sure to bring those also with the newer style layout for sure. This Western Maryland H9 is one of the best pullers in my collection. I mean, this car set's not light at all, and she's doing such a great job. And also smoking out the place, too. Look at that smoke. What's up, Hunter? How's it going? No, I didn't. For those just come out. Lots of smoke in here. Check this out. Oh, you can see all the smoke back in the corner there, too. Actually, I'm turning off the smoke units because look how smoky it is over here. Woo! Yeah, check this out. My whole desk area over there is like completely smoked out. So we're gonna let this smoke calm down a little bit. Yes, I have one Atlas flat car, and I also have a hopper that's actually on this Western Maryland set. God. Yeah, I wouldn't use that. That's not a good idea. Let's see. This stuff smells a lot better. It's called Very Cherry. Korean brass. Which ones? Yeah. The Atlas cars. It's actually the first car in this Western Maryland set. Is one of their die-cast hoppers. They're absolutely amazing. What's up, CPKC? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. It's actually one of the smokiest streams we've had in a long, long time. Look at that. Look at all that right there. Woo! Oh, God. Yeah, there is a smoke detector up here. It still has the green light. We're good, right? What's up, Philip? Doing all right? We're watching Toy Train review. I have not. How Right now, I think we're in a hiring freeze because they hired a lot of maintenance employees. So right now, let's see. I don't know if they're going to hire anyone else until like the next time they need like a huge batch of employees. So it might be a while since they start hiring maintenance employees. I know transportation. There's jobs all the time in Harrisburg. I've applied to a couple of those, but they start out in a different money bracket than I do. So I would take a hit if I would go to transportation because I've also been in Amtrak for almost 2 years. So that too. So the way they work, guys, is real quick. It's like this is all public knowledge, so you can go on the website and look at this stuff. Transportation, I believe, is a 5-year step program. You start at like 75% of the full salary, then you work your way up. I don't know the steps, but it's 5 years. So if you do the math, up to 100%. So you start at 75%, you work your way up to 100% through 5 years, whatever that may be. I'm not sure if it goes like 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I do know they start at that of the collective bargaining agreement, which is basically your union contract. So there's a lot to it, a lot to these contracts and such. But I have thought about going to transportation. I have an application in there for transportation, but I would take a financial hit to start as a transportation employee. So no, so we're not government. That's the one thing about Amtrak. They really so we what's the best way I can explain this? We're not government employees. We're government funded. We're a government funded entity, but we're not government employees. But we do go through the same background checks, if not um, it's almost like a military background check. So you do get pretty much a government background check with that stuff too. But it's we're not. I know I can get like a discount for anything government. I can go like on GovX because I'm a transportation employee. They do that for us, things like that, but not government. Unfortunately, it's well, probably fortunately because we have our own. That's the union contract and such. Now, if we were straight up Amtrak employees, that's 100% funded, and your paycheck comes through without the collective bargaining agreement. It's like direct funding from the government, I guess, but it's complicated. Railroads are complicated. But no, I started just applied and just got in there, you know. The DeLorean was made by I think God, the same guys who made the Ghostbusters car right here. So it was made by JADA Toys Inc. Jada Toys. This is a 1/32nd scale, pretty darn close to O scale, Ecto 1. And this is the one from the first Ghostbusters. It's the Ecto 1 before they put the Ghostbuster ghost with the peace sign on the door. I have the doors open because I have like the scary record shop, and you would assume that they're like on a call. You know what I mean? Just messing around with that. Also have Back to the Future. What's it? One or two or three? Let's see. I've got the Back to the Future 2 with Mr. Fusion in the cityscape there. That's the one from Back to the Future 3 with the rail wheels. So it's got the railroad wheels, also the circuit board that Doc makes, the 1950s counterpart makes in the third movie. Also, they make the third movie with the red wheels before they take the rims off to put on the rail wheels. So they make also Back to the Future 1 that does not have Mr. Fusion. So that's the way to tell. If it has Mr. Fusion on the back, it's Back to the Future 2. If it has the red hubcap white wall tires, that's Back to the Future 3. Beginning of Back to the Future 3, and then this is later Back to the Future 3 with it does not fit on the track. Let's see. It's close, but the gauge, it's like too wide. I mean, you could, the way they made these wheels, I could take them down to gauge them. That would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? Ooh. I may have a cool idea with this then, because you can see these tires or these wheels have like these spacers that right there where my finger's at. You could take these wheels off and then move them in closer to gauge the wheels, and then it would fit. That would look really cool in like a siding, wouldn't it? So maybe I'll do that. The door open. I just have this. Oh, they're trying to play an ad right now. Here we go. Skip ads for you guys. Yeah, the doors do open. If I can get it to open. There you go. So these are really cool. These are like $12, $15 or whatever. But I think if I can get rid of these, like, if I can take these wheels off, which I can, that would be really cool. So we can try to fit that on the track. That would be pretty neat, wouldn't it? So, yeah, the DeLorean event in California on the old scene of Back to the Future 3. They used to do like the whole event. They used to run that engine that was in the movie. They also have the passenger car on display. So lots of cool stuff with that. Also, there's Back to the Future Day and wherever they shot the footage at that Twin Pine Mall, or then becomes Lone Pine Mall. They do that on October 5th, 1985. They like do it every October 5th. And it's so cool. So, but anyways, guys, I got to head out. It's 9:30. I have to get to bed. Got an early start, and then we're going to work later tomorrow. So, unfortunately, I can't go much longer here. I got to get a decent amount of sleep. I have to be up at 2 a.m. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for stopping into the live stream. It's been a crazy stream. Lots of stuff going on. Like I said, I'm planning on looking at redoing this layout, starting fresh. So we'll see how all that goes. But anyways, guys, it's already almost Tuesday. So this week's a quarter over, right? Or whatever. For me, it's a quarter over. Then I might work all weekend to make up some fundage. But we'll have to see. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the engines we ran tonight. I plan on doing a review on my 460 that I upgraded quite soon. It might be like a next week project. But I'm going to start brainstorming this whole layout thing and maybe start the layout destruction quite soon. So we'll see how all that goes. But anyways, guys, if you're new and haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. And for everyone that wrote in the chat and participated, thank you guys. It really does help out the live stream, makes it more interactive. Also, YouTube like has the stats and helps push the live stream out there, all that good stuff. But anyways, guys, have a great rest of your week, good rest of your night. Stay safe out there, stay strong. Have a great weekend. I hope to do some stuff this week up here. I have this Mikado video that I have to edit, which I'll probably edit tomorrow and push out for Wednesday. So just being honest with that right there. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Happy railroading. We'll see you next time.